Hey, my loves, it's me, Keisha, and I am here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, The Impact New York, Season 1, Episode 2 review. So on this week's episode, we see Kitty telling her people what happened between her and Dream. And she starts off lying, saying that the girl didn't speak to her when she came into the room and just got the spazzing out on her and all of this stuff. And I was like, that girl said hi, everybody, when she walked in the room. Just because she didn't exclusively go over to you and say, hi, Kitty, how are you, does not mean that she did not speak to you. And she just didn't immediately start spazzing out on you, girl. You was bringing up unnecessary stuff. So Kitty in her confessional times on Dream may think I'm competition. Word. Well, and what? Like, huh? I don't think that's it at all. I think that you're a messy chick, and that's why she doesn't really want to rock with you like that, because you do too much. Everything is a moment, an unnecessary moment at that. So Dream talking to her manager about the situation and says that, you know, she's really upset with herself for the way that she acted. Cause she's really trying to change and be on some Zen Win type time. I loved her pigtails in that scene. The little curly pigtails, so cute. Dream is a really pretty girl. So her manager wants her and Kitty to sit down and talk because she feels like it was just a miscommunication with the whole thing, because she was the one that, you know, told her budget is $15,000. Like, I think it was just a situation where Kitty didn't have the money to give. Because anytime you hiring somebody to do something, you're going to have to pay them, ma'am. So I think that the big thing was she ain't had the money. So since she ain't had the money, she tried to make it seem like, oh, you trying to charge me, you know, go upside my head with this fee or whatever. So that must mean you ain't want to do it. I think it was all just excuses for the fact that she ain't had the money. So we're introduced to Scot, who is a stylist, and he styled, I think he said, like Keke Palmer. Did he say Taraji? Maybe he named a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? And he seems like he's a fun guy, a hoot, and he kind of reminded me of E.J. Johnson when he was fat. Yeah. So him and Melanie are cool, and they go to Cleo's photo shoot together. And on the way there, she tells him what happened between Dream and Kitty. And he was like, yeah, I don't do that. I don't do drama. I don't do mess. Like, that's the ghetto over here. We're not having that. So he says he's going to have a dinner with the girls, but Dream and the cat. Baby, when he said Dream and the cat, child, I hollered, will not be invited, because he don't want none of that rah-rah around him. So they get to Cleotrapa's photo shoot, and he discusses how he has issues with Ella because she didn't follow him back on Instagram. Girl, what? Who still cares about whether or not somebody followed them back? I don't even be knowing who follow me half the time to even follow somebody back. Like, what? Y'all want to get on these shows and act like y'all so booked and busy and unbothered and but you up here worried about whether or not somebody followed you back. So he's going to address that at the dinner, child. So they're going to have, they do, hold up. Oh, so they do the group photo shoot. They're going to do the group photo shoot, you know, for the promo pics for the show and everything. And Kitty says that she's going to bring her stylist that she knows don't rock with Cleo. And she says that she didn't put herself in their beef by addressing it with Cleo. Then what did you do, ma'am? You did put yourself in it by even mentioning it to her, because it had nothing to do with you. So what are you talking about? Like, don't try to moonwalk about the situation now. And once again, why are you even bringing him when this is a group photo shoot and you know they have issues and the issues involve money? Like, so this is what I'm saying with Kitty. Like, it's obvious she was brought onto the show to be the instigator, the drama, the dramatic one, the one that's always starting something. Because honestly, I can't even hate on her for real, because without her, the show would honestly probably be boring because none of the other girls are, bringing it with any type of drama for real. So the show does need her to bring the mess, I guess. So Scott has his dinner and he has Cleotrapa there, Melanie, Ashley, and Ella. And I noticed that Cleo came in the same outfit that she had on at the photo shoot. Now, I don't know if this dinner was the same day as that photo shoot, but you still should have changed your outfit. I feel, just stepped it up, because I don't know if it was the same day and it was supposed to be the same day on the show, or y'all was supposed to be pretending it was a whole nother day. But just for continuity, I just would have wore something different. So at the dinner, he brings up how Ella wasn't following him back, and she says that she didn't even see it or whatever. Judging by that little face that she made in her confessional, I think that she did see it. But regardless, I don't care. I really don't care. That's childish behavior. And she goes on to address how her baby daddy, A Boogie with the hoodie, is a cheater. Now, remember on last week's episode, she said that part of the reason why she stays with him is because growing up, she lacked a familial base. And I guess she wants to be able to give that to her children, which is honestly not the best way to go about things, because they're going to grow up thinking that y'all toxic relationship is how relationships are supposed to be. And that's not how that's supposed to look. You shouldn't want your kids to think that cheating is okay and all of that back and forth. It's just too much, So Ashley, we then find out, isn't sleeping with her baby daddy anymore. And I was like, who is the baby daddy? So apparently his nickname is Bubba. I looked him up. So he's a CEO of some rap label. And I think A Boogie is affiliated in some type of way. Like they cool. So it explains how her and Ella are tight. But he a cute little dude or whatever. But she said, yeah, they ain't sleeping together no more. But she goes on to tell a story about how in the back in the day they got into it, and she put a burning candle on his private part. Okay, Lorena Bobbitt Jr. All right. So I guess it's the day of the photo shoot. Bernice comes. I honestly, Bernice, I love you. I think you're a beautiful woman, but you have no place on this show. None. I can just do one season and be done. I think it's good to have her on the show, like to introduce her daughter to the world, but you have no place on this show. It's not like it's another influencer on here that's your age. No, just exit stage left, ma'am. It's weird. So she goes into her daughter's dressing room and walk in and touch her stomach. And Ashley says that she does that to her because she feel like she gaining weight. She one of them mama that gonna police how you look and how you eat. And I get you're into fitness, but that's embarrassing. You don't do that to people. That give people a complex. Like, why would you walk into a room, especially when it's other people around, and touch your daughter's stomach, like shaming her body? Like, that's not healthy. It's not healthy to do. I hate when family do that to other family. Like, you go over for a holiday and somebody be like, "Oh, girl, you done got big. You done gained weight." Like, shut up, ugly. Like, you done gained weight. Shut up. I didn't like that. So, Kitty is in the room with her people talking about, I feel like I'm getting thrown into y'all ish and this, that, and the third. And her stylist friend Ernest talking about I'm not giving her a refund because she attacked me on social media. So apparently Cleo feels like he owes her money because she paid him for a service and she didn't like what he did, you know. Now, was she right to take it to social media? No, but I don't know the full context behind why she took it to social media. Maybe she took it to social media because he hadn't given her the money back yet. I don't know. But pay the girl back her money and just be done. So Ashley tells Cleo that she saw Ernest in Kitty room. So Cleo immediately get upset and was like, he wasn't supposed to be here. Like, now I feel like y'all trying to be funny and y'all want me to act up, you know. And I feel like that was even more so towards the producers. So even Scott was like, why is he here? Because we all have a full team stylist. Like, they have somebody from the network that's styling everybody for this promo shoot. They're not getting styled by their own stylist. So he really doesn't have a reason to be there. And I get it. Because, like, y'all trying to be funny. She trying to be funny. He trying to be funny. Like, what are we doing here? So Scott goes into Kitty's room and asks to talk to her privately. And she tells him something, not without him. Ernest stays. Once again, we see what you're trying to do. It's so blatant and obvious. Like, girl, you ain't even being a villain right. Like, we seen all of these tricks before. So he asked, like, what's the tea, girl? What's going on? And she was like, you know, that's my friend. I don't go nowhere without him and all of this stuff. And so he tells her that, you know, Cleo is upset. So she goes to Cleo's dressing room. And as soon as she walk in, she gonna talk about some, don't be making that face. And Cleo was like, girl, who are you talking to? Like, first of all, y'all don't even know each other like that for you to be coming in a room telling somebody to don't be making no face like that. So Cleo was already now double mad. So they get to going back and forth. And Kitty says to her that she thought that the beef between her and the Ernest dude was over. How? When she, like, you're lying, ma'am, and your lies don't even make sense. So she says, and then on top of that, you brought up my name in the live saying the only person he ever styled was Kitty. Ooh-wee, is that the truth? Like, it ain't like she said the only person he ever styled was Kitty, broke A, or non-dressing A. She didn't say anything like that, so that ain't even a big enough thing to even be bringing up, girl. If that was the case, then you should have been bringing that up at the event last week instead of saying that you had some issues with my stylist. If that was something that you were really upset about or bothered by. So they go back and forth. And basically nothing gets resolved. Kitty end up leaving the room. They do the photo shoot. And then after that, we see Ella talking to her people. And I think it was like her sister and them. And she was saying how her and A Boogie ain't speaking to each other. He in the Bahamas or Cabo somewhere. He's been there for the last week. They only spoke like one time. But she says that, you know, she's just going to ignore their issues. Like, he ignores it. Like, that's so childish. Like, that's not helping anything or anybody. Like, girl, just leave the little boy alone. Leave him alone. Stop making excuses for the situation and him and just leave the boy alone. So Dream and Kitty have a one-on-one conversation, and Kitty worked my nerves comparing them to Nicki and Cardi. I'm like, girl, where? What? Y'all, no. No. Y'all more like Yo-Yo and Lady of Rage. Like, stop, ma'am. No, you're not on that level. Stop. You're trying to make fetch happen and it's not happening. So then we find out that they fan pages is what ignited they beef even more. And it's just stupid, childish stuff. So Dream ends up apologizing to her and was like, I want to do the video. You don't even have to worry about my fee. Like, don't even worry about it. And of course, Kitty was like, thank you. See, that was what it was about in the first place. She didn't want to pay that girl her budget because she ain't had the money. And I'm like, this ain't gonna last because y'all genuinely don't like each other. I couldn't like Kitty. She's annoying. And like I said, she's the ish starter. It's great for the show, but not for real life. Because I've been popped her in the mouth. Like, ain't nobody got time to be playing with you, little girl. Nobody. So I'm already seeing she's going to be like the villain of the show. I think multiple people are going to end up having issues with her on this show. I'm going to give this week's episode of The Impact New York, I'm going to give it a B minus. A B minus. I want to continue to see what this show is going to bring us this season. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.